Asia's IPO boom is breaking records, but there's a complication nobody's mentoring. Good day, everyone. Welcome to the video of the day. Hong Kong just became the number one IPO market on earth. India filed more IPO prospectus last quarter than any country in Asia. South Korea's KOSPI hit 9,000 for the first time in history, and Geo, the company behind every Geo SIM in India, just filed to go public in what could be the biggest Indian IPO ever. Asia's capital markets are on fire. We'll start directly with the numbers. So let me give you the verified numbers straight from JPMorgan, EY, and Bain. Asia's specific IPO activity surged to $90 billion in 25, up by 73% from the previous year. Even APAC raised $334 billion in total equity capital markets in 25, representing 34% of global volumes, the highest IPO post COVID share ever recorded. What about Hong Kong IPO? It's not just top in Asia, it's number one globally right now. Total fund raised in quarter of 26 were roughly $110 billion Hong Kong, about 13.3 billion to be marking a 5-year high to an annual increase of 480%. And also India maintained its momentum with $68 billion in equity capital markets in 25, now commanding a 20% share of all APEC volumes, up from an average 9% every year from 2019 to 23. Next discussion would be the three engines. We will start with the Hong Kong as the first engine. It's powered by offshore liquidity and Chinese policy, and Hong Kong's rebound is driven by mainland Chinese firms, market debuts, and second listings with A plus H listings at driving force. In Greater China, more than 400 companies have active listing applications on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Hong Kong boom depends on Beijing. The regulatory gate, not the market, decides who goes public. Second engine is India. So powered by domestic retail demand, India's shares of APEC equity capital markets doubled in 5 years, from 9% to 20%. The Geo DRHP filing could be the single biggest debut in Indian stock market history. As an example, we can say a PhonePe, which had been expected to be one of the largest IPO of the year, or according to the Iran war in the mid-March as the reason it was postponed for the listing. The third engine is South Korea, powered by semiconductor supercycle. The Korean IPO market reversed an early year lull in 25 and produced year-over-year gains. The third section of discussion will be the complications, and nobody's mentoring about it. We are here to discuss about that. So the raising billions is only not the first test. The harder question is whether the demand lasts after the opening bell. So we would be discussing into the three structural risks which are hiding inside the Asia's IPO boom. The first is Iran war disruptions. All bets could be off if the Iran war were to intensify. The disruption of the energy supplies to Asia has already hit countries in the region hard, given that about 80% of crude oil transiting the Strait of Hormuz is bound for Asia. There is true regulatory concentration in China. So companies are staying private longer, producing larger, more scale business, but the depth and the actions of the IPO pipeline can be uncertain. In Hong Kong specifically, the CSR's regulatory gate controls the flow. Political decisions in Beijing can freeze 220 companies in overnight. Third risk, the sector concentration. So investors are focused on a small group of very large scale companies in certain favored sectors, such as aerospace, defense, and AI related infrastructure. So it can be said that Asia's IPO boom is not a broad, it's a narrow, concentrated in AI, semiconductors, hard tech, and defense. Strip those out, and the boom looks far more modest. Now, the main part of discussion is the finance, the investment part. We'll start with the Hong Kong. So, the gateway of Chinese tech, A plus H, dual listings give you Chinese company exposure with international governance standards. The second is India, the Geo IPO, the single most important listing event in Asia this year. The third is South Korea. The COSIP's 110% annual gain was built on SK Hynix and AI memory chips. So companies that prioritize IPO readiness and act with agility will be well positioned to capitalize on fleeting the market's opportunity as they arise. The same is even true for the investors. So it can be said that $90 billion in 25, $334 billion in total equity capital markets. Hong Kong number one globally, India doubling its shares, Korea at record high. Asia's IPO boom is real. The numbers are real. So all are playing simultaneously. Three cliffhangers, Geo's listing, CSI approval for Hong Kong, and Micron earnings will be answer for the Korea. Subscribe so don't miss in the future. Make sure to like the video, share with your friends, family, colleagues too. Welcome to Money Brief. Let's grow together.